The votes are in, and it's time to celebrate the most overlooked movies in the entire Disney animated classics collection, the package movies.
The average Disney fan may skip this era and never know the horror of the Headless Horseman, the comedy of the Three Caballeros, or the masterpiece that is trees.
But luckily, we had you, our army of hardcore Disney superfans, to vote like your Disney Plus subscription depended on it.
And, with the help of some surprise special guests, we will reveal which package movie you have crowned the fan favourite of the wartime era.
Coming to you live, all the way from their dining room,
Let's journey back to the wartime era with our hosts,
Ediz
and Ben.
Greetings,
I'm Ediz.
And I'm Ben, and welcome to the second ever Disney Era Awards. Do that bit with me. Disney Era Awards.
Disney Era Awards.
Yeah, ready? Welcome to the second ever Disney
Era Awards.
No, I hated it.
Did I do it right?
Why are we going, oh? In this video, we are taking a look back at the collection of Disney animated classics that some people call the wartime era. But Ediz, why do some people call it the wartime era?
Because the movies were released between 1942 to 1949 and therefore heavily affected by World War II.
Or some people call them the package era.
Because, unlike most Disney movies that follow a single narrative, these are instead a collection of shorter films packaged together to create a Disney movie.
Or some people, like Ediz, don't call them anything because they didn't even know these movies existed. Either way, it's about time these movies got some love, so after reacting to all of them on our channel, we decided to put it over to you guys, our wonderful viewers, to vote for who you think should win in a number of categories.
And to present the awards, we are honoured to be joined by fellow YouTubers who have taken time out of their busy schedules to be here tonight.
You requested.
We listened.
Let's get this award show going. Our first guest tonight has a YouTube channel focusing on nostalgic deep dives of forgotten characters from Disney, the Muppets, advertising, and more. Here to present the award for Best Supporting Character, it's Colin Looks Back.
It is time to celebrate the unsung heroes of the package era. These are the supporting characters, who may not always be in the spotlight, but still manage to steal our hearts with their wit, wisdom, and quirky personalities. In this category, we have a couple of Latin American birds, an eccentric British horse, and an operatic whale. Whether they are the size of a plane or a cricket, they have made a huge impact on their movies. The nominees are Pedro the Plane, Saludos Amigos.
Just a natural-born flyer.
Goofy, Saludos Amigos, and Fun and Fancy Free.
As the whirling bolas are unleashed.
Jose Carioca, The Three Caballeros, and Melody Time.
Por onde tem andado? Há quanto tempo que eu não vejo? Que é de novo? Or, as you Americans say, what's cooking?
Panchito Pistoles, The Three Caballeros.
Here, amigos. Donald. Jose.
Jiminy Cricket, Fun and Fancy Free.
I'm a happy-go-lucky fellow, full of fun and fancy free. You can make the whole world seem mellow if you take it in your stride like me.
Willie the Whale, Make Mine Music.
Goodbye, my friends. I'm off to be discovered. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. I'm off to be discovered.
Cyril Proudbottom, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr.
The
Toad.
only way a gentleman gets anything. The honest way.
And what is the honest way?
Haha, I thought you wouldn't know that, governor.
And the winner is Jose Carioca.
Okay, Jose. We have our winner of Best Supporting Character, Ediz, Jose Carioca. What do you think of the people's choice?
Yeah, he's heavily featured, isn't he? I actually picked Willie the Whale.
Oh, really?
I thought the singing alone was pretty iconic.
7% of people agree with you. Do you know what? I love Jose. I think he's an iconic character. I see why he won. I actually voted for Cyril Proudbottom from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Really? Yeah, you did love that, and then we watched it.
Out of all these characters, he's the one that made me laugh the most, so that's who I went with.
So I said Willie the Whale, and you said Cyril Proudbottom.
And the people said Jose Carioca. Oh, very, very well chosen, I do believe.
Good choice. it's time to get a little evil and take a look at the villains of the package movies. To do so, we have a friend of ours who loves all things animation. He has vlogs visiting Pixar and the Disney parks. Over to you, Luis.
Since 1937, Disney have created some of the most recognisable and beloved characters of all time. However, most of them aren't actually the good guys. Easily some of the most loved and recognisable are our villains. Obviously, you all know your very famous villains. You probably all have a favourite villain as well. However, the wartime era of Disney was ever so slightly different. Now, some of these villains have definitely been lost in the history and of the wider sort of obscurity of the Disney fandom. But today, myself, Ediz and Ben are here to put that correctly. My name is Luis and I have the absolute pleasure of presenting today's award for Best Villain in a Disney Package Movie. And the nominees are... Wolf from Make My Music.
Peter, don't just stand that way. And don't stand that way either.
Lovejaw, Fun and Fancy Free.
Out of his lair came the third bear with murder in his eyes. He took in the scene of love serene with jealousy and surprise.
Willie the Giant from Fun and Fancy Free, my personal favourite. Love that short as well.
A most amazing guy am I. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell.
You're telling us.
Next up, we have the Weasels from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Donald's Libido from the Three Caballeros. And finally, to complete the list, of course, we have the Headless Horseman from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. And the winner is... the Headless Horseman! Very well deserved, very iconic character. What do you guys think? And let us know in the comments down below, who would you have picked? And there we have it. If you guys liked me as a host, please consider checking out my channel in the link down below. We cover all things trailers, theories, and all things to do with the animation industry as well. And while you're here, do not forget, click that like and subscribe button for Ediz and Ben. Thanks for having me, boys. In a bit.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
That was a little plug for our channel there as well. Are you surprised the Headless Horseman won?
76%.
That high? What a landslide. Headless Horseman is definitely the scariest one, especially for the actual runtime that he's in the movie. It's hardly anything at all.
Mental.
The impact.
So we both picked Headless Horseman.
I mean, pretty much all of us picked Headless Horseman. Our next guest makes video essays analysing Disney films and other Disney adjacent topics. You can check out his latest video where he ranks 14 different versions of The Little Mermaid. But he's here today to present the award for Best Leading Character. Let's have a warm round of applause for There Will Be Fud.
There will be fun.
Hi guys, thank you for having me. A Disney lead can be many things. They can be a beautiful princess wishing for adventure, a lovable rogue with a heart of gold, or even just a plain old regular person like you or me, waiting for our own dreams to come true. Or, in the case of this particular group of characters, they can also be miscreants, womanizers, colonialists, and all-around scoundrels. Here are the nominees for Best Leading Character. Donald Duck, Saludos Amigos, The Three Caballeros, Fun and Fancy Free, and Melody Time. Bongo, Fun and Fancy Free.
Then, for a grand climax, he would gracefully plunge 300 feet into a wet sponge.
Mickey Mouse, Fun and Fancy Free.
Mickey, just watch.
Can't believe it.
Is it bad?
Why, it says here that you can change yourself into anything.
Sure.
Johnny Appleseed,
That time
Melody
on, every
Time.
last living varmint was a friend to John. They surely was.
The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord.
Pecos Bill, Melody Time.
Yep, Bill become a root-tootin' cowboy.
Mr. J. Thaddeus Toad, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
I, Toad, Afraid of the police?
Open up! Open up, I say!
The police!
And Ichabod Crane, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Ichabod. Ichabod Crane.
And the winner is Donald Duck for most of the film. Busy decade for you, Donald. Take a bow. You've earned it. Thank you again, Ediz and Ben. Happy watching, everybody.
Your jaw just dropped when you found out Donald Duck won.
Yeah.
Donald Duck for most of the film.
Bro, I think he's the only viable choice. He was in 1, 2, 3, 4 different movies.
Was he?
He put in the groundwork, bro. If he didn't win for this decade, it would have been a travesty.
No, but my point is I went, is he? Like, it's not memorable.
The Three Caballeros.
Yeah, apart from that one.
Saludos Amigos.
Thaddeus Toad, bro. Thaddeus Toad. Come on, it's close.
You know how much I love Mr. Toad, so it would have been out of those two, but I just think Donald deserves it. I was scared that Mickey Mouse was going to win for a second year in a row.
Right.
Just because he's obviously the most famous character, so I'm pleased he came third.
Our next group of awards are celebrating the greatest moments in the package era movies.
So whether you prefer to laugh or cry, we have the category for you. We asked our Ko-fi members to help us with these categories, so if you see this symbol above one of the nominations, it means it was suggested by them. Thank you, Ko-fi people.
Thank you.
To present the first award in this section, we have one of my personal favourite YouTubers of all time. His animation look-back series alone are, in my opinion, some of the most comprehensive and entertaining documentary videos here on YouTube.
Wow.
He has an 11-hour-long Disney history video, and it is incredible. Please welcome, all the way from the YouTube channel Electric Dragon 505, it's Animat!
11 hours.
Yeah, baby, I've watched every single second. It's really good.
Hey guys, this is Animat. Now, when it comes to Disney's package films, especially those from the 1940s, the best way that I would describe them is that they are a package of cartoons in which, when combined together, they would form a feature-length film. And the key word to what I've just said is that they are cartoons, meaning that, well, at least generally, they're supposed to be funny. They're meant to give audiences a good laugh, especially when that is their main purpose and that it really was what audiences needed back then. Like in the 1930s in order to get through the Great Depression, or in the 1940s in order to get through World War II. And when it comes to these nominees in particular, oh boy, did they serve their jobs well. And not only that, but they've also proven to be so timeless that after many generations and after many decades, they're still able to be funny and to provide great laughs to this day. Rather it be if you would go and watch them on Disney Plus, or if you're like me, you would go and check them out on Blu-ray, in which, yes, I was very fortunate to go and actually grab these. And I mean, they're actually very easy to go and get. All you have to do is just go on Disney Movies Club. Let's forget I said that. Here are the nominees for funniest moments. The Araquan Bird, The Three Caballeros. Donald Duck falling over while singing, The Three Caballeros.
We have a stars to guide us.
Bears like to say it with a slap, fun and fancy free.
Thanks to this that a bear likes to say it with a slap, slap, slap. Give me a long slap.
Slewfoot Sue to the Moon, Melody Time.
That bustle. Underneath them frills and flounces, Sue's developing plenty of bounces.
And the winner is... Oh, by the way, I asked them to send my envelope digitally. It makes it more convenient. Donald Duck falling over while singing from The Three Caballeros. Thank you all so much for watching my little piece and my little appearance here in this award show. And until next time, see you later, dudes.
Donald won. I'm surprised.
You're surprised?
Because it's the tiniest moment in all the package movies.
But I don't think I've laughed as hard in any video we've ever done as when that happened. I could not control my laughter. I do think Bears Like to Say It With a Slap should be up there as well.
That's what I picked.
Is that what you voted for?
Yeah.
I did vote for Donald falling over, but yeah, Bears Like to Say It With a Slap.
That's funny.
That's funny. Come on, guys.
They're all funny. There's not many to choose from, to be fair. That says it all.
Up next, we are joined by a channel that has a blend of essays and commentaries on animation, filmmaking, and more.
Let's get some snaps for Josh from Modern Mouse.
Walt Disney was never afraid to make the audience cry with his animated films. The death of Bambi's mom, the reuniting of Dumbo with his mom. Honestly, there's a lot of mom stuff in Disney films, but the wartime era was more full of fun and silly moments. Although one film in particular did have its emotional, sad moments, and maybe it's why it's not on Disney+. With that said, here are the nominees for the saddest moments during Disney's package film era. The death of Sonia from Make Mine Music.
Gone. Goodbye, Sonia. Will this crime go unavenged?
Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet get separated.
And
Make Mine Music.
Give up dreaming, for true love will come smiling through.
Willie the Whale, not making it to the Met, also from Make Mine Music. And finally, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy Are Hungry from Fun and Fancy Free.
Still alive, still breathing, sharing a pitiful crust between them. Share and share alike.
And the winner is Willie the Whale, not making it to the Met from Make Mine Music. My name has been Josh Taylor, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what I voted for. That was sad. So sad.
Honestly, that whole movie had so many dark, sad endings to the shorts. You just expect it to have a happy ending, so when it doesn't, you're like, what? Disney's so used to having fake deaths. They put a real one in there.
Yeah. So we both picked Willie the Whale.
And so did the people out there.
To present the award for Scariest Moment is an animation reviewer on YouTube who also has some really cool video essays.
He has also gained over 2 million subscribers on YouTube, so we are both humbled and honoured to be in his presence today. Please welcome the one and only Saberspark.
We all know that Disney movies are made for kids, and are therefore full of cute animals singing songs and having a jolly old time being cute animals that sing songs. And I think we are all thankful that this is not true. Some of the most memorable scenes of any Disney movie are the moments that scare the bejeebers out of you, no matter how old you are. The scenes in this category may be frightening for different reasons, but I think we can all be grateful that Walt Disney was never afraid to scare children. The nominees for the scariest moment in a Disney package movie are Pedro confronts a Congoqua, Saludos Amigos. Donald gets hangry, fun and fancy free.
He says he's all right, but I wonder. He's suffered too much.
No! No, no!
The Ventriloquist Party, fun and fancy free.
Now, Luana, how would you like another piece of cake? Or some ice cream?
No, thank you. I'm full up.
Some candy? Care for a cigar?
Me?
Joe and Ginny skating on thin ice. Melody time. The Storm of Little Toot. Melody time.
Bad boy. Shame. Shame.
Ichabod meets the Headless Horseman. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. And the winner is... Ichabod Meets the Headless Horseman. Thank you again for having me, and beware bridges with headless horsemen and pumpkins.
Was it a landslide? 64%. And in second place, the ventriloquist party. Pretty scary.
I said headless. You said headless?
I did say headless. You were just saying that Little Toot was pretty scary.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Did you expect it to get more votes than that?
I thought it'd be higher.
I feel like when Ichabod Meets the Headless Horseman is potentially one of the scariest moments of any Disney film.
Any Disney?
I said potentially, okay.
To present the award for Best Animation Sequence, we have someone who is no stranger to the animation industry.
He is a voiceover artist and impressionist, and I'd be very surprised if you haven't heard his voice maybe in one of his viral videos, or maybe even in Hotel Transylvania 3.
Please welcome the one and only Brian Hull, everybody.
Come on, guys! Brian Hull!
He's here!
If there's one thing Disney animation is known for, it's for creating amazing and beautiful animation. But during the wartime in the 40s, they didn't exactly have all the resources to do the animation the way they wanted. But leave it up to the Disney animators to still be imaginative and still bring us amazing animation during the package era. So now, the nominees for Best Animation Sequences during the package era are... The Three Caballeros song, The Three Caballeros. Blue Bayou, Make Mine Music. All the Cats Join In, Make Mine Music. After You've Gone, Make Mine Music. Lulu Bell and Bongo Fall in Love, Fun and Fancy Free. Bumble Boogie, Melody Time. Trees, Melody Time. Chase at Toad Hall, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. And the Sleepy Hollow Chase, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. And the winner is, pretend to open envelope, The Sleepy Hollow Chase. Congratulations to The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad for this amazing win. Don't go losing your head over it. I know that you will. Just calm down. Act like you've been there before.
You like that, yeah?
That was funny. That's close.
That's the closest vote we've had so far.
Yeah.
Only 3% in it between the Sleepy Hollow Chase and the Three Caballeros. Did you vote for one of those?
I think I said Three Caballeros.
I did too. Both solid choices, but for me, the Three Caballeros animation
as a whole,
it's just cartoon gold. You know what I mean? So funny, but Sleepy Hollow, we're going for a bit more realism, but also some really funny moments in there, like the clip we just saw of Ichabod sort of going round the thing, and then obviously the branch not getting him because he doesn't have a head. Anyway, great choice, everyone. A lot of nominations in this category.
That's probably the order I'd put them in. Nah, not trees. Ignore that. My top three are those three. I don't know if you could argue that any other way.
Have you noticed that two movies are dominating at the moment?
Three Caballeros and the Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Yes, they've won every single category so far. And we've not got that many categories left. Let's see if the domination of those two movies continues. Before we move on to the big 3 awards of today's show, I want to take a moment to thank all of our special guests today for contributing. Honestly, when emailing all these YouTubers, I did not know what to expect. But I was gassed at the response we got, the level of quality that we got. I am over the moon. So thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm going to drop links to all of their channels in the description, and I've also curated a little list of videos of theirs, so kind of like a good place to start for each of their channels. So have a little look in the description for one of my favorite videos for each of their channels. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Inanimate Gacha Insanity, who is a viewer of ours who suggested getting these people on board, and honestly, I feel like it's elevated the whole thing and made it feel more special. So thank you. And also thank you to everyone who suggested which YouTubers they would like to be involved, because it helped me have the confidence to go for some of these big time YouTubers.
Now it's time for the big 3 awards. Best Song, Best Movie, and for the first and probably only time ever, Best Segment.
For these awards, every single song, every single segment, and every single movie were nominated. I gave you lots of options. I asked you to vote for your top 10 songs and top 10 segments, and then rank all 6 movies in order from least favorite to most favorite. Here is how I did the scoring. If you ranked something in 10th place, I gave it 1 point. Working all the way up to first place, I gave it 10 points. I then added up all the different points for all the different songs, all the different segments, and that's how we got the ranking. And the first of these big 3 awards is Best Song of the Disney Wartime Era.
So before you find out what song you voted for as number 1, let's take a look at the top 10.
Kicking us off at number 10, we've got The Lord Is Good to Me from Melody Time. It's a song about being grateful for what you have, and it's also a personal favourite of mine, so I'm very happy to see it here.
Yes, he's been good to me.
Get a happy go.
In at number 9, we've got Fun and Fancy Free from Fun and Fancy Free. And fun fact, this is actually a cut song from Pinocchio.
Full of fun and fancy free.
Blame It on the Samba in at number 8 from Melody Time. This song was originally intended for a third Latin American movie that was never made. At number 7, we've got All the Cats Join In from Make My Music. It's Benny Goodman and his orchestra, and this track is just pure good vibes, baby.
Benny Goodman. What a good man.
In at number 6, we've got Peter and the Wolf. Written in 1936, Disney originally wanted to include this classic in Fantasia. In at number 5, we have the only song from the Wind and the Willows segment of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Merrily on Our Way.
On our way through the roads of perpendicular.
You Johnny Fedora.
In at number 4, we've got the Andrew Sisters singing this absolute tune. It's Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet from Melody Time.
That true love will come smiling through. That
Ichabod.
At 3, we've got Ichabod from The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. And in my opinion, it's the song that laid the blueprint for Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
Ichabod, Ichabod,
Sung by the one and only Bing Crosby, the spooky Headless Horseman from Ichabod and Mr. Toad is in at number 2.
Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst.
And at number 1, we've got the Three Caballeros from the Three Caballeros, and it's potentially the only song from this whole era that has really stood the test of time amongst Disney fans, so it's no surprise. It's at number 1.
And we'll stay so. We say so. The Three Caballeros.
So what do you think of our top 10 songs as voted for by the public?
I think they're pretty strong. I think Ichabod is too high. That's my main qualm with the whole thing.
Yeah, that's definitely not one of my favourites.
And actually, Merrily on Our Way and Peter and the Wolf should just not be on this list.
Merrily on Our Way is great.
What's that one?
Because the roads are perpendicular.
Oh, it's Ichabod.
It's Mr. Toad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Merrily, 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 merrily.
Cut that one.
Headless Horseman is a bop, so I'm happy that's into...
Do you know what you voted?
I do. This is what we voted. We both have some rogue choices that are definitely nowhere near the top 10.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I've got a really mix of like up-tempo numbers and kind of a lot of ballads, which is surprising for me.
What's Osquendinas de Yaya?
Osquendinas
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. We've got complete different lists.
That is the beauty of this vote, Ediz.
What? You've not put Willie the Operatic Whale in?
It's a great short. It's like a 10-minute song, bro.
Even more reasons to put it in. If that was Alan Menken, you'd be going, oh my gosh, Alan Menken's so incredible. He does a 10-minute song.
Yeah, but also, I'm not just going to be vibing on the bus, listening to Spotify, listening to like, this is how it all began. I'm lying, I 100% would.
Of course you put The Lord is Good to Me.
The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord.
Is the Lord good to you?
Do you know what? He's really blessed me with a great pal.
Is that me?
His name is...
It's not me.
So all the cats join in and Bumble Boogie.
What a song.
And then Without You. Bro,
that song is stunning.
I have to say, no one liked that song. It came bottom out of like 30 odd songs.
It's like the most beautiful song I've heard in Disney.
The people disagree?
It's so lovely, and the way he sings it, it's just stunning. Da da dee da 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 dee da da da. Great song.
Great song. If you want to hear Ediz singing the full thing, comment below.
Cut to me now with a hat and a cigar.
So we've talked about the top 10 here. If we were going to talk about every single segment, every single song, it would take forever. However,
you want to do it?
I really want to do it. So I'm thinking for maybe our Ko-fi page, I'm going to go through the entire ranking and kind of script a whole video for it. What do you think?
For Ko-fi people?
I'm thinking for Ko-fi, yeah.
Nice.
It might take a little bit of time, but I want to do it.
If you do want to see that, then please head over to our Ko-fi page and see if you want to join us.
Ding. It's now time for the category that wouldn't make sense in any other era, Best Segment. Each Disney movie from the wartime era is of course just a collection of different shorts, also known as segments. This is what sets this era apart from all the others, so it's about time we rank them. Let's get into the top 10. We are kicking off our top 10 with the first segment of the movie where all three caballeros are together. It's Mexico from the Three Caballeros.
Take the telescope and have a look at what you might call the hot stuff.
At 9, you chose All the Cats Join In from Make Mine Music. A pencil tells a simple story of what it was like to be a teenager in the 1940s. With a catchy song and fun visuals, it is definitely one of the best segments. The tragic tale of Willie the Whale from Melody Time manages to be both ridiculous and poignant. You voted it in at number 8.
Then he straddled it.
Sticking with Melody Time, we have a fun romp from start to finish. Pecos Bill is your number 7.
Pecos rolled the smoke and lit it, and he tamed that ornery wind down to a breeze.
A collaboration between two of the greats of the 20th century. Disney and Russian composer Prokofiev join forces for Peter and the Wolf in at number 6.
But shucks.
The first of our top 5 segments is The Legend of Johnny Appleseed. American folklore ran strong in these movies, and this one from Melody Time was one of your favorites.
The finest fruit in all the land. Why, shoot, man. They take the cake.
Who would have thought that the story of two hats in love would have left such an impact? Johnny Fedora and Alice Blue Bonnets from Melody Time is your 4th favourite segment. In 3rd place, we have Mickey Mouse's only appearance in this era of Disney animated classics. It's Mickey and the Beanstalk from Fun and Fancy Free.
What do you mean, beans?
Yeah, fellas, I sold the cow for some magic beans.
Badge?
Just missing out on the top spot is a British literary classic. It received one of the best Disney treatments of this era, and its character work is what really sets it apart. Wind in the Willows is your 2nd favourite segment. Which of course means that the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad have done the expected and nabbed the top 2 spots. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is an interesting short which really comes into its own in the thrilling finale, and it's officially your favourite segment from the Disney package movie era. So Sleepy Hollow is the number 1. Do you think it's a worthy winner, Ediz?
Yeah, I think so. Do you think so?
Well, definitely the top 2. Sleepy Hollow and Wind in the Willows. Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us even had in our top 10.
I don't think it was that good.
There's some really strong moments in it, but It just feels half finished to me. Well, the ventriloquist dummies come in and they kind of fill in the gaps of where the story doesn't tell.
But is that still considered Mickey and the Beanstalk? That is one segment with the ventriloquists.
Yeah, because without them, the story almost doesn't flow properly.
I think All Cats Join In should be higher.
Let's have a little look at what we voted for our best segments. You really love Bumble Boogie, bro.
Yeah. Was that my favourite song as well?
Yeah, I think so. It was your number 2 song.
A Ballad in Blue. That's without you.
That's without you.
Stunning.
We both had Johnny Fedora at 5. We both had Willie the Whale at 6.
Wind in the Willows. I've not even got it on my list.
You didn't put Wind in the Willows on your list?
What is that? What's that considered? Oh, that's the first bit, Ichabod.
Yes.
The first section of Ichabod. Yeah, I thought it was dead.
Mr. Toad.
Oh wait, Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Yeah, no, that should have gone. That should have been on my list. That should have been definitely.
Okay, stop everything. We're going to do a recount. We're going to redo everything. Before our final and most prestigious award, I'd like to take a moment to thank you guys for your patience with this series. We know we are the most inconsistent YouTubers of all time, especially when it comes to the Disney Classic reactions, actually when it comes to our whole YouTube in general. So thank you for sticking with us and thank you for being here. It's really cool, the little community we're building, even if it is coming kind of slowly. So thank you.
Talking of community, if you want to join us on our Discord, where we can all discuss and chat about Disney Classics and how slow and terrible we are as YouTubers, you can find the link in our description. So if you feel free to join us, Come on, join us.
Or if you're looking for a way to support us here on YouTube, then head over to our Ko-fi page. I've got exciting news, Ediz. Our next Disney Classic reaction is dropping onto our Ko-fi page as soon as this video ends. So if you are already a member, you can head over there and watch Cinderella straight away. And for anyone who can't join Ko-fi right now, then don't worry, our first Silver Age era Disney Classic, Cinderella, will be dropping onto YouTube next weekend.
Hopefully.
Definitely. On to the final award!
There are 6 movies in this era that all seem vastly different at first glance, but they actually fall into 3 categories. We have the 2 Latin American movies,
a result of the Good Neighbor program,
the 2 Fantasia sequels,
lots of shorts with the common theme of music,
and the 2 double features.
2 stories that could have been full-length features in a different era, but were shortened and packaged together to save money.
But which was your favourite?
Before we see, let's take a look at how me and Ediz voted. So we're kind of similar. Starting at the bottom, we both think Fun and Fancy Free and Saludos Amigos are 5 and 6. Then we slightly disagree with the next 2. We just think they should be the other way round. And the same for our top 2. I think people will be surprised at how much we loved Melody Time. I'm surprised it's your number 1.
I think there's just some good segments.
There's some really good segments in there.
Is it because Bumble Boogie and all that is in there?
Bumble Boogie's in there.
Without You.
Is that in there?
I think so.
Is that not Make My Music?
What's in Melody Time? Is that Wales?
Bumble Boogie, Johnny Appleseed.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben. I'm not entirely sure why I put that number 1. I think I meant to put Make My Music number 1. That makes more sense.
Because of
Willie the Whale, the hats, Without You's in here, right?
Yeah, all the cats join in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
again, Ediz has messed up his votes. Are we surprised? But that's how we voted. Let's see what the final votes were. So in at 6th place, what do you reckon it's going to be?
If it's Make My Music, I'll be fuming. It's got to be Saludos. No, not Saludos. It's got to be Fun and Fancy Free.
In at number 6, we have Saludos Amigos.
Yeah.
It's the first of the package films. It's the shortest movie. It's something completely different. It's the most original one, I think. It's literally part documentary, part animated movie. It documents their trip to Latin America as well.
Not much happens.
It's unlike any other movie in the whole Disney catalogue. I understand why it's number 6.
This is Pedro the Plane, right?
And it ends with that massive carnival party segment, which again is like live action, a little bit animated. It's a weird movie, and you don't vibe with it apparently. It's number 6. At number 5, you voted.
That one I just said was my favourite.
With 733 points, Make My Music.
Maybe it would have been a bit higher. How close is it to the next one? Do you know?
Ooh, it's really close, but it wouldn't have changed it. I mean, it is a bit of a hit and miss movie. You said that the highlights for you. We've also got Two Silhouettes.
Yeah, that's a bit dead.
I think that was...
And I don't like Peter and the Wolf.
I think Two Silhouettes was the absolute bottom.
It's terrible.
And Ballad in Blue, I think, was voted just above that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Casey at the Bat is a bit of a classic, but...
It's not great.
I don't love it at all. There's some really funny animated sections in that, but just as a whole piece, I don't love it.
So many sections, bro.
Oh, it's got the most out of any of them.
Blue Bayou's dead.
Some people really like it for the beautiful animation. Sure. But the highlights, we've got All the Cats Join In. We've got Martins and the Coys banned. It's banned.
Yeah, that's wild.
But we've got the low points. We've also got the high points. So for us, it's nearer the top. You voted right near the bottom.
So that's 5.
Make My Music. Apparently none of you are that fast. It's not even on Disney Plus.
Damn.
Number 4, we have Melody Time.
Okay.
So the two...
Oh wait, is this the one I put at the top?
Accidentally, yeah. Again, it's a bit of a mixed bag, like Make My Music. Once Upon a Wintertime isn't my fave, or Trees, or Little Toot, to be honest. But the other 4, I think, are sensational shorts.
What is... Oh, Little Toot is not good. Bumble Boogie, Samba, Pecos.
Pecos Bill, I think, is excellent.
To be fair, I forgot about Pecos Bill. I didn't even put him in my top segment.
Honestly, I think it's one of the best things in this whole era. He's even got a restaurant in Frontierland, in Disneyland.
So that's 4. Number 4 was Melody Time.
So, what do you think's coming in at number 3? We've got Three Caballeros, we've got The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and we've got Fun and Fancy Free.
Fun and Fancy Free. It better be. Has to be.
You voted Fun and Fancy Free.
It's Mickey.
With 810 points. I mean, it's 2 things. It's Mickey and it's also Bongo. Let's be honest, no one's voting for Bongo. It's all because of Mickey. There are some great moments in this. There are some cool songs like Fee Fi Fo Fum. I mean, both of us voted it at number 6.
Yeah.
So we're not fans, but you guys are.
But also, it's probably because people watched it growing up. There's like a more
nostalgia, yeah. This is definitely one of the more popular ones.
And it's Mickey. Like the cover's very engaging. I feel like this.
Mickey and Jiminy Cricket
on the cover.
Are you kidding me?
They picked that up as a kid. I'd pick that up as a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're now adults and they've watched it and they like it.
Honestly, it's the ventriloquy for me.
Yeah, it's not cute.
Number 2, what do you think? Three Caballeros or The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad?
I mean, guessing because of Three Caballeros is so famous and like it's got a ride and stuff. They know that what they're doing like that's and South America. I just think Ichabod is next.
At number 2,
it's gonna be Ichabod.
We have the Three Caballeros with 1,110 points. It's a big jump up. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised in a way it is so high because when you break down the actual segments...
Oh yeah, it's trash.
Not trash. The Cold-Blooded Penguin is okay. The Flying Gauchito is kind of bad, to be honest. Bahia, yawn. Los Posadas, yawn. Mexico, well, that's inappropriate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not great. You were savage then, by the way.
Well, going through them.
Going, yawn. They're going to hate that.
But what the Three Caballeros has, which some of these other package movies don't have, is the little in-betweeny bits. If you think Melody Time and Make My Music is just segment. Three Caballeros does stitch together the segments with Donald Duck and that, and to be honest, those are probably the best bits of the movie, so...
Well, they are fun. Like, the penguin one is cute. The little donkey one is cute.
Sure, it is definitely a little time capsule of like what the Disney company was in that moment. And for that alone, I love... Number 1 is, of course, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad with 1,375 points. I'll be honest, I never doubted for a second that this would be number 1. It makes so much sense. It's literally the movie that's gearing up to be doing full-scale productions again. It's the stepping stone into the Silver Age. Either one of these could have been a full-scale movie. And thus concludes another Ediz and Ben Disney Era Awards. Anything left to say, Ediz?
Thanks again to the YouTube presenters that we had on the show with us today. We really appreciate it. And also, thank you to you guys for watching all the way to the end of this video.
And for voting.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This video would literally not be possible without us.
And
without them. Oh, cut.
We are now finally moving on to the Silver Age. If you want to watch Cinderella right now, then hop over to our Ko-fi. And if not, we'll see you next week. Toodles.
Bye.